When you reach your 60s and beyond, something subtle but profound starts to happen. The faces you've always expected to see around you may begin to fade into the distance. Not out of malice or lack of love, but because life simply moves on. In your younger years, the answer to the question, "Who will stand by me?" seems simple. Your children, your partner, your lifelong friends. But aging has a way of shifting the ground beneath your feet. People grow busy, consumed by their own families, careers, or health. Even the most loyal companions might not always be able to walk beside you in the ways you imagined. This realization is not meant to stir fear, but awareness. Because as you grow older, true security doesn't come from others. It comes from within and from what you consciously build around you. In this video, we'll uncover 6 powerful pillars of strength that, as you age, often become more reliable than even the closest family. These are not replacements for love or connection. They're foundations you build so that no matter who stays or goes, you remain strong, independent, and emotionally grounded. Stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to discover may completely transform how you prepare for the next chapter of your life. And once you internalize these truths, you'll never again feel powerless, forgotten, or alone. Let's begin. Pillar 1. Your financial independence, the silent guardian of your freedom. Of all the things that offer you stability in later life, there's one that often gets overlooked: financial autonomy. It may not seem like the most emotional or comforting pillar, but make no mistake, your money, when managed well, becomes a powerful ally. The older you get, the more you understand that depending on others for financial help is not a safety net, it's a gamble. You can love your children deeply, and they may love you just as much, but that doesn't mean they'll always be in a position to help. They have their own mortgages, bills, tuition fees, and responsibilities. Even with the best intentions, life often makes it impossible for them to carry your weight along with their own. Take the story of Richard, a 72-year-old man who always believed his children would support him if things ever got rough. And they tried, but when a sudden health crisis emptied his savings, he realized they were already stretched thin, barely keeping their own households afloat. That's why financial preparation is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's not about being wealthy, it's about being ready, having emergency savings, passive income streams, a budget that respects your future, knowing how to protect what you've earned so that you never find yourself at the mercy of others. Ask yourself honestly, do you have enough to cover unexpected medical costs? Is your retirement plan solid? Have you eliminated risky spending habits that could jeopardize your peace later? If the answer is not yet, then now, not next year, is the time to act. Because no matter how caring others may be, your money is the only support system that never sleeps, never moves away, and never grows tired. Pillar 2. Your physical health, the foundation of everything you do. Imagine this: you've saved enough. You're ready to enjoy your retirement, but your knees ache, your breath shortens, and climbing stairs feels like summiting a mountain. Suddenly, your plans shrink, because your body can no longer follow your dreams. This is the harsh truth. Even the most loving family can't exercise for you. They can't choose healthy meals for you. They can't slow time. That responsibility is entirely yours. After 60, your body becomes either your fiercest ally or your heaviest burden. Many people wait for a crisis, a fall, a scare, a diagnosis, before they start taking health seriously. But by then, much of the damage is already done. Carl, 68, used to be an avid hiker. But after retirement, he settled into a routine of television and takeout. Slowly, he gained weight. His energy plummeted. And when he needed help even getting out of a chair, he realized something painful. His children couldn't be there every day. Not because they didn't care, but because they simply couldn't. So, he decided to change. Not later, but now. He began walking every morning. He swapped processed food for whole meals. He started sleeping better, thinking clearer, and feeling alive again. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights, but small, consistent efforts, stretching, walking, hydration, routine checkups, create long-term independence. Every step you take now is an act of self-respect for your future. Because at the end of the day, it's not your children or your spouse who will carry your body, it's you. And your health will either open the door to freedom or lock it shut. Pillar 3, your social circle, more vital than you realize. One of the most silent dangers of aging is isolation. It doesn't happen overnight, it creeps in. A friend moves away, another passes on, your routine shrinks, and before you know it, days pass without meaningful conversation. Here's what many forget. Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a health risk. It increases stress, weakens the immune system, and even shortens lifespan. And though your family might love you deeply, they're not always available. They have meetings, school drop-offs, exhaustion. This is why building a social support system is a gift you give to your future self. It's not just about staying entertained, it's about staying connected to life. Margaret, 73, waited every weekend for her sons to visit. But those visits became less frequent. The calls shorter. She began to feel invisible. One day, she joined a local art group, just for something to do. That group became her lifeline. Soon, she was laughing again. Engaged, seen, you need people in your corner. Whether it's an old friend, a walking partner, or someone you met through a shared hobby. These relationships breathe life into your days. They remind you that you are still vibrant, still valuable, still needed. Your social circle is not optional, it's your emotional oxygen. Don't wait for people to find you. Go find them, reconnect, reach out. You deserve companionship, not as a privilege, but as a right. Pillar 4, your sense of purpose, the inner flame that must never go out. There's something haunting about losing your sense of direction after retirement. Suddenly, the job is gone. The kids don't need you like before, and the silence, though peaceful, can begin to echo. Purpose isn't just for the young. In fact, you need it more than ever now. Not because you must prove something, but because your soul still longs to grow. You don't need a 5-year plan, but you do need a reason to get out of bed, a reason to smile, to stretch, to think. That reason might be a garden, a volunteer role, writing your story, or simply helping a neighbor. Whatever it is, let it light your days, because purpose is what protects you from fading into the background of your own life. It's the difference between surviving and thriving. And most importantly, it's something only you can create. When you step into your 60s and beyond, a quiet shift begins to unfold. The world doesn't announce it, but you feel it. The people you once thought would always be by your side suddenly seem distant. It's not always due to neglect or lack of love. It's just life, busy, ever-moving and unpredictable. As a younger person, you likely believed your family, close friends, or longtime companions would be your constant companions through old age. But time changes things. Priorities evolve. And reality starts revealing a simple truth. The people you love the most may not always be able to stand where you need them. This video isn't about pushing people away. It's about facing life's transitions with clarity and courage. It's about building a personal foundation so strong, so resilient, that even when others cannot be there, you are not left vulnerable. So let's explore the 6 powerful pillars that, with time, often prove to be more reliable than family. Each one is a form of self-support, a source of strength, and a way to walk forward, never alone, never unprepared. Let's begin. Pillar 1. Your financial stability, your silent partner in security. Of all the pillars you can rely on, your financial independence is perhaps the most practical and most empowering. It doesn't hug you when you're down, it doesn't speak words of encouragement, but it shows up every time the bills do, every time the unexpected happens, and it never turns away. Money cannot buy love, but it buys peace of mind, freedom, dignity. It allows you to live life on your terms, to age with grace, not fear. Consider Richard, a 72-year-old man who once assumed his children would step in if things went wrong. But when medical expenses drained his savings, he turned to them and found they were already struggling. Not from lack of love, but from the weight of their own lives. That's why preparing your finances isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. It's not about being rich, it's about being ready. Having a savings plan. Understanding your income, minimizing risks. So you never have to look into someone's eyes and ask, "Can you carry me?" Your money, when handled wisely, becomes a quiet protector. It doesn't judge, it doesn't forget, and it will always be there, no matter who else comes or goes. Pillar 2. Your physical health, the key to living, not just surviving. You can have all the love in the world, all the wealth you need, but if your body breaks down, none of it matters. After 60, your health becomes either your best friend or your greatest limitation. And here's the truth, no one else can take care of your body for you, not your children, not your partner. They can love you, support you, but only you can protect your health. Take Carl. At 68, once energetic and active, he let himself drift into a sedentary routine after retirement. He thought he'd get back into shape later, but later never came. And when everyday tasks became struggles, he realized that even though his children cared, they couldn't carry him up the stairs. So he changed, slowly, steadily, walks, better food, routine checkups. He reclaimed control, and in doing so, he reclaimed his life. Your body is your vessel through this world. It deserves your care. Don't wait for illness to force your hand. Start now, move, nourish, rest, prevent, because your independence depends on the choices you make today. Pillar 3. Your social circle, the antidote to silent suffering. Loneliness doesn't knock on the door, it slips in through the cracks. A friend moves, a partner passes, a routine ends. Suddenly, your phone is quieter, the days feel longer, and the silence begins to sting. Many assume family will fill the gaps, but your children, as much as they love you, are pulled in 10 different directions. Careers, parenting, obligations. Love alone doesn't give them time. That's why you need your own tribe. People who share laughter, who ask how you are and mean it, who check in not out of duty but delight. Margaret, 73, waited for her sons to visit, but life kept getting in the way, so she joined a local group, rekindled friendships, started painting. She didn't just fill her calendar, she filled her soul. Friendship is not a luxury, it's emotional nutrition. Seek it, nurture it, cherish it, because shared moments and warm connections are the heartbeat of a joyful life. Pillar 4. Your sense of purpose, the light that keeps you moving forward. One of the most dangerous myths about aging is that purpose fades, that once you retire, once the kids are grown, you've served your role. But purpose doesn't expire, it evolves. George, a retired engineer, felt this emptiness creeping in. At first, the freedom felt glorious, but soon his days blurred. He missed feeling needed. So he began volunteering, teaching children how to build, to create, and in doing so, he rebuilt himself. Purpose can come from anywhere. A passion, a goal, a hobby, even a simple routine. What matters is that it gives your days meaning, that it makes you feel alive. If you've felt invisible or adrift, know this: your best days are not behind you. They're waiting. But you must show up for them. Because at the end of the day, the fire that fuels you isn't someone else's hand. It's your own inner spark. Pillar 5. Your emotional resilience, your inner shield against life's storms. No matter how many people surround you, there are moments when only you can carry you. Times when grief, loss, or disappointment knock the wind from your lungs. And it is in those moments that emotional resilience becomes your greatest strength. Helen, 75, lost her husband of 4 decades. She leaned on her children but soon realized they couldn't fill the silence in her heart. So she turned inward. She journaled, she joined a support group, she healed, not by pretending she was fine, but by facing her pain and learning to grow from it. Emotional resilience isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about processing them without being consumed. It's the courage to sit with discomfort and still rise the next day. Whether it's through meditation, writing, therapy, or quiet reflection, find your outlet. Build your emotional muscles. Because life will challenge you, but you'll stand taller each time you rise on your own. Pillar 6. Your ability to adapt. The secret to lifelong fulfillment. If there's one guarantee in life after 60, it's that things will change. People, routines, bodies, relationships, they all evolve. Those who thrive are not the ones who resist change. They are the ones who grow with it. Frank, 78, once relied on in-person meetups to stay connected. But when friends moved or passed on, he faced a painful silence. At first, he felt defeated. But then, he learned to adapt. He discovered video calls, joined an online group, and made new friends from places he'd never even visited. Adaptability isn't just survival, it's a mindset. A willingness to try, to learn, to evolve. It's what turns obstacles into new beginnings. The people who flourish in later life aren't those with the most resources. They're the ones who stay curious, who refuse to let routine define them, who look at change and say, "I'm not done growing yet." Final thoughts. True support comes from the life you build. Within. Reaching 60 is not the beginning of decline, it's the beginning of clarity. You start to see that true stability doesn't come from hoping others will always be there. It comes from knowing you are already standing on strong ground. Your money protects your choices. Your health preserves your freedom. Your social network keeps you connected. Your purpose gives your life momentum. Your emotional strength makes you resilient, and your ability to adapt ensures you never grow stagnant. If you build these 6 pillars, you will never be without support, because the greatest form of security is the life you've crafted, the strength you've developed, and the inner voice that says, "No matter what happens, I've got me." Thank you for spending your time with us. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment below. Tell us which pillar you're focusing on and how it's changing your life. Your voice matters here. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Stay with us as we continue to explore the powerful truths that help you live with strength, peace, and purpose. We'll see you in the next video.